Oh man, the West is about to take an L. J. Cole just responded to Kendrick Lamar's Drake and Cole diss and call out from a couple weeks ago on Future and Metro Boomin's Like That. Cole is striking back on a new surprise project, kind of an album between albums, called Might Delete Later. And the final track on this thing, called 7 Minute Drill, which is actually 3.5 minutes, goes right at Kendrick, one of the most revered MCs of the modern era. And Cole got specific, much more specific than Kendrick's somewhat general Like That verse. Cole's clowning on Kendrick's sparse output, album-wise, even referencing Jay-Z's Nas and Prodigy diss, The Takeover from 2001's The Blueprint, by saying 4 albums in 12 years, I can divide. Earlier in the track, he says, your first shit was classic, your last shit was tragic, your second put brothers to sleep, but they gassed it. You can't do that to Pimp a Butterfly, man. And although Cole didn't get too disrespectful, he definitely has the rap world looking back at Kendrick like, well, what you gonna do? Which is great, right? Not only for hip-hop and the more competitive aspects of hip-hop, which date back to its earliest days, but also for all the artists involved, because of the attention that they're currently getting, as fans discuss and compare the superstars and their track records. And let's be honest, there are rappers you could say you like more. You can even say some of their peers have more #1 albums. Look at Future's track record. But reputation-wise, these three, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, kinda stand alone in this current era in terms of the public's perception, career and catalog-wise. I kinda look at Kanye as being in his own category, producer, MC. So it's appropriate and refreshing that these top 3, if you will, are engaged in this lyrical showdown. And this battle feels like it's more healthy competition than it is personal. This ain't 50 Cent versus Ja Rule or Ice Cube versus NWA. With that said, from the moment I heard Kendrick Lamar's verse on Like That, I was thinking, with all due respect to Kendrick, I don't think this battle goes well for him. It's not his game. Kendrick Lamar has developed into more of the Langston Hughes of the rap game. Poetic, painting pictures with his societal commentary. His songs are often very meaningful and deep. He leaves a lot to interpretation. He's much more cryptic than the other superstars. His albums are greater than the sum of their parts. When he drops, people instantly start decoding the songs and studying the songs and the albums in their entirety to discover their deeper meaning. And don't get me wrong, he's been an ultra impressive spitter in terms of raw talent and developed skill since 2011's Section 80, even before the Good Kid, Mad City major label debut. He packs a hell of a punch when he's rapping, vocally, emotionally, lyrically. And album for album, while not as prolific as either Drake or Cole, especially Drake, who's released a lot more music than both, Kendrick's per album quality is probably the best out of the 3. And yes, both Cole and Drake have some great releases, but every Kendrick Lamar album release really is an event, and his projects are more widely recognized as classics. I mean, do Cole or Drake have an album that's held in as high esteem as Good Kid or To Pimp a Butterfly? So musically, you can argue that Kendrick makes the best music of the 3. Although Drake's genre-switching versatility, his singing and hit-making ability literally puts him up in a class in terms of Billboard success with artists like the Beatles, Michael Jackson, Mariah Carey, and Elvis. Seriously. But Kendrick Lamar is and has been phenomenal. He's got it all, and his level of creativity is off the charts. But in terms of straight up disses, where you get personal and try to, let's be honest, tear your opponent down, I just don't think that's his thing, or at least it hasn't been up to this point. He's better at attacking an idea or a story, or a character in his song, or a portrayal. He's much more prone to attacking those than he is to attacking a specific person, let alone one of his peers. J. Cole, on the other hand, just showed that he could go there. Again, this wasn't that vicious. He, like Kendrick, was basically saying, I'm much better at this than you. With a little bit of, you have an inflated track record, along with some, are you sure you want to do this? Cause I'll do it. But again, he got more specific in picking apart Kendrick's career and his relative lack of productivity, volume-wise. And to be honest, I think Drake's the type to get even more personal and potentially hurtful than that. We've heard him do it to Meek Mill on Charged Up and Back to Back. Listen to his Diddy shots on 4 p.m. in Calabasas. His Pusha T disses on Duppy, although I know the public consensus is that Pusha T won that battle. But Drake, style-wise, seems much more able and willing to go there when it comes to attacking opponents. It just takes a certain level of pettiness to know how to say things about an opponent that would embarrass them. I think both Drake and Cole have more of that pettiness, and quite frankly, that type of humor needed than Kendrick Lamar has. But shoot, we'll see. I'm fairly sure that Kendrick Lamar's already got the framework of diss songs 2, 3, and 4 lined up. He probably just needs to fill in some blanks by using J. Cole's specific lines and material, as well as Drake's Instagram posts, so that he could respond to those things directly. I think that most of these top MCs have diss verses prepared for several of their peers. But let me know what you thought of J. Cole's 7-minute drill, and how it stacks up against Future, Metro Boomin, and Kendrick Lamar's Like That. We'll see how this battle plays out, but the only guaranteed winner are the fans, and for that, I thank Kendrick, Cole, and Drizzy.